love my little moo cows.
Edge. Just a little edge. Edge it in there. Just slowly get past the tentacles.
I like that bird.
Let's go to
The word floppy drive. Yeah, I know. It's been so long.
Welcome to Always Room for More. I'm your host, Chris Moore. With me always is
Hi, I'm Katrina.
Trina Penny, and our best friends Ryan and Spinny.
I'm Ryan. And I'm Spinny.
I was thinking the other day what we should do for a topic, and then Spinny here comes up with this great idea of talking about video games. Because video games right now are hot, and we're all fucking gamers here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once in a while.
Once
Trina
in a while.
plays.
I'm a more casual gamer, but yeah.
Oh, I'm a constant gamer, and but I'm not as constant gamer as Spinny.
Yeah.
What are we doing over there, Spinny? Huh?
Yeah, I figure, okay, normally I put the Game Boy away when we're podcasting. It's not polite. But since today's video topic is Game Boys. Is Game Boys. Today's topic is Game Boys.
Video topic.
Today's topic is video games. I'm
There
like,
you
fuck
go.
it. I'm playing video games during this podcast. Like, so I am shiny hunting for a big old dopey pink whalmer in Emerald, in Pokemon Emerald.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah,
Yeah.
Pokemon
Shiny
Emerald.
Yeah, shiny whalmer. It's a big pink whale.
I love it.
I'm gonna name him Dump Truck. What? He's got a big old dump truck booty.
Oh, great. Now the only picture is Whalmer with a big ass fucking like bald butt. Twerking it, you know.
Oh, God.
There's probably a gif of that. If not, it will get made.
Yeah. Oh, it will be, hopefully soon.
Not by us, because I don't know how to make those.
Yeah, someone make that for us.
Doing some artwork on that. So yeah, so we're talking about video games. Like, what video games did we start with? What video games do we play? What's our favorite kind of genres of video games?
It's interesting.
Right?
Some of us are like late 20s. Me and you are kind of like 30. So like we kind of grew up on the video game generation. Maybe not the arcades like the classic 80s kids, I guess. But we've definitely grew up with the evolution of video games.
Well, I can say that I had at least an Atari, Nintendo NES, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and PlayStation 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 64, Nintendo 64, that is. And never owned a Saturn, wanted to. But yeah, I owned a lot of systems throughout my life.
And what was your very first one?
My very first one, Super Nintendo.
Super Nintendo?
Yeah,
That was-
I think that was a family.
Jeez, so you even skipped a couple generations on me. I'd have to talk to my brother about this one. It'd be a big debate. Whether or not we started on Nintendo, because he originally got the Nintendo before I was born, and like NES, so not even the Super Nintendo, the one with just A and B. That's it, A and B and a D-pad. But we also had a computer. We had like one of those old school computers. Like remember Windows 95?
Yeah. Like
we had the generation before that.
Yeah, Windows 3.1.
Yeah. Oh, it was like, yo, you want to play your game? I was like, all right, you got to type C:/programs /games
Think about computer games.
your game.
I was literally just like
Console only?
console games. Oh my gosh, man! I knew how to turn my mom's computer on at 6 years old. Put on my disc of a game that I wanted. I used to. Oh man! Oh! So many things are flooding back right now. Holy shit!
Well, let's smoke weed about it.
Yeah, I'll smoke weed about that.
So I got a pack of toke. So I have to talk to my brother about that one, whether it was a Nintendo first or the PC first. But my first, I think, throwback would be Reader Rabbit. Retro game. You know, anybody watch Dragon's Den?
Yeah.
You know that the bald guy? Can't. Yeah. Anyways, he actually designed that game.
So he designed it.
Wait, who the fuck designed it?
Yeah. Reader
The bald
Rabbit?
dude from Dragon's Den?
Kevin O'Leary.
Kevin O'Leary, yeah. He
Oh,
designed
he was-
Reader's Rabbit?
Yeah, I forget how old he was. It was somewhere between like 18 and 30. It's kind of a wide range, but somewhere in there, he was like smoking dope and living in his mom's basement and not doing anything with his life. And he eventually decided, I'm going to design this fucking program. And it was just like a stupid little kids program on a computer where you could literally learn how to spell words and shit.
Yeah.
Simple.
I don't think I ever had that game, but there was one that I used to play a lot. And do you remember? I searched for hours one day trying to fucking find it. And you think I can fucking remember the name of it now?
Wasn't it like...
It was like King Tutu or something
Yeah,
like
King
that.
Tutu something.
Yeah, and it's like
Adventure?
this the most obscure game. I think it was a cereal box game back in the 90s.
Oh, yeah, cereal box
I don't know if it was a
games.
cereal box game. I think it was like just one of those learning games for kids.
Either way, I remember playing that game pretty avidly. And then I had Winnie the Pooh games that were like point and click. I was 6, okay? I loved this game. Like, I played it religiously, like every single day. I'm like, I want to play Winnie the Pooh.
See-
I want to play Winnie the Pooh.
We never had a computer growing up for the longest time, like so I never really got to know computer games very much.
Well, my mom was an executive
Yeah.
at an office, so she had to have one at home
Exactly.
for work. So they just like, yeah.
Yeah, when my dad finally got a computer, though, I think the only game we had on there was Roller Coaster Tycoon and Pinball.
Pinball, of course, every piece.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Roller Coaster
Minesweeper.
Tycoon was the entry point, but Zoo Tycoon had me over the fucking moon.
Of course.
I had to play. Oh my god!
range.
I got to take care of animals, and I got to name them and give them habitats, and it was so much fun. And me and my niece used to play it together very, very occasionally because we didn't get to see each other that often.
Right.
She's 2 years younger than me, and the occasional Christmas we went to my dad's for Boxing Day. So her grandpa, my dad, her and I would play Zoo Tycoon on my dad's computer, and we would just spend hours. And my dad'd be like, "You good?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's fine."
Most I used to do on Roller Coaster Tycoon is like either put people on fucking roller coasters that were like death traps, like
Yeah.
send you flying off the fucking end.
So yeah, I thought what was my first system. I was torn, but now I for sure know it was a computer game that it was my first time playing. But I was really torn because I couldn't remember if my first system was a Game Boy Color or the original Nintendo, which I got from my cousin. A lot of my systems originally, like the very old ones, came secondhand from my cousin. Like she would get a new system, and be like, "Here, you can have this one," and it's like, "Cool, thanks."
Right.
And like I had like really, I don't even know what it was called. It was a fighting game, and I don't think it was Street Fighter.
Tekken? No, that's a little too probably too. advanced.
Virtua Fighter.
I don't know, but it was just that simple platform back and forth, ninja kicking each other. It wasn't that great.
Mortal Kombat.
I don't know, maybe. I have no idea. And then there was
Talking shit about something.
Ninja Turtles. I played the fuck out of Ninja Turtles,
Which
man.
one?
I don't know. It was Ninja Turtles.
Okay, was it like a top view?
Yeah.
And split between like a side scroller and a top view? There was some missions where it was top view and some missions where it was
It was like just it was like Mario platform,
Okay,
and you
so
would just go.
platform. Do you remember the first stage at all?
I just remember you played as different ones on different levels, like different turtles on different levels, and you would just like, I remember liking the guy with the 2 spears a lot,
2 spears.
whatever they are.
Well, there's 2 katanas and then there's 2 sais.
One guy had
The
a
long
stick
ones.
though, Donatello.
Yeah, that's 2 katanas. That's
Yeah,
Leonardo.
he kicked
Blue,
ass.
Blue one.
Yeah, I loved him. He kicked ass in that game. I was like, yes, this guy. I love this guy.
I'm a Raphael man.
Which one was that?
Red size.
Oh, blue.
The anger one.
Blue was who?
Leonardo, the leader.
Oh, no wonder I liked. I've always had a thing for Leos.
Fair enough.
Yo, I just got some throwbacks to like playing. I just remember what my first technically my first console was.
Which
I
was?
was in, and I didn't own it, but I was there every day, and it was just a Nintendo. Mm-hmm. It was a Nintendo, and we would play Mario and Duck Hunt, and we would play. We had the guns.
Oh my
Right.
god.
They had the guns.
Light guns.
And
My cousin gave me Duck Hunt too. Yeah.
And we also had this Simpsons game where you're Bart Simpson skateboarding down like a fucking hill.
That's amazing.
And you're like doing like jumps over stuff, and it was rad. Like growing up, I was like 5 or 6, just
Oh my
playing like
gosh.
Bart Simpson and not getting it at all.
Yeah,
Just
of
doing
course.
really, really poorly.
One of the worst Simpsons games I ever played was, I think it was like Virtual Bart, where it's like you start off, like the game starts off as your Bart, and you go into like the school or whatever, and there's like the virtual reality show going on for you today, right? So Bart gets strapped into this fucking like wheel thing, and it gets spun, and that's when the game starts, because whatever he lands on, he goes into the virtual reality world. Some of the levels are cool, but some are so fucking annoying and boring. It's just, ugh. But some take right from the fucking show, like when you go down, there's one level where it's like you're going down a tube slide, and you gotta avoid the kids that are stuck in the tube slide and stuff. But if you take the wrong turn, you run into Homer's ass, because that's the episode where Homer gets stuck in the tube slide.
There was a back to the Duck Hunt thing.
Yeah.
I hated that game right from the get-go.
Why?
Because you had to kill an animal.
Oh, true.
I was just like, oh, this is sadistic.
Well, you can shoot clay birds, as they're called, I think.
There's a clay setting.
Yeah.
You were talking about like a 7-year-old that has no idea how to, fix or change settings in a.
You're not even good at that now.
He ain't wrong.
Well, I feel attacked. Anyway, I do remember, however, my first Game Boy Color game that I ever got. I got 2. It was Little Mermaid 2 Pinball, which I played the fuck out
You
of.
still have that.
I do still have that. It's up on my inside table. And Arthur, and it was like this, like the show Arthur,
I think you still have that too.
and it was the carnival one. And you go to like these different booths at this carnival, and you do different carnival games. So like you can play air hockey, you can do like a bunch of different things and stuff like that. I was obsessed with that game. Like I was really young at this
Nice.
point, right? But oh man, there's some like good nostalgia packed in there. I had the solid dark purple Game Boy Color.
Okay, one of my games that I played
Yeah.
a lot. Like I beat it. Like I beat the series, all the games,
Okay.
and they're long ass games for like a young kid. Like, okay, you know how like the Titanic has 2 VHSs?
Yeah.
Yeah, this has 2 discs
Wow.
for PS1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because my main system, the first system that I got was a PS1.
Nice.
Now I played PS1 pretty much mostly, and then I got a PS2 eventually. Never got an Xbox. I've never owned an
Oh, I
Xbox.
forgot about Xbox. I had an Xbox and an Xbox 360.
But no, this game. Hold on, Siphon Filter.
Oh, I remember that game.
Have y'all heard? Y'all remember Siphon Filter?
I
Like
do.
the first one came on 2 discs,
Oh, yeah.
and then the second one was for PS2. They were both really good.
Oh, yeah.
Just like weird, like third-person shooters.
Okay. Do you remember finding the taser? That was just kind of off the cliff, and
Yeah.
yeah, fucking you
Damn,
could like
man.
you could like burn people alive.
I remember
this
that
was
game. I remember
brutal.
that
Yeah.
I think I played the third one more, because the third one had that really cool like first mission where you had to like parachute down in. It was pretty
third one?
awesome. Yeah,
Oh yeah, the one with Mega Strain.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. That's my my favorite one. That was
Yeah.
one for the PS2.
Yeah, exactly.
And I played that one and got all the way through it and like 100% of that game. Well, as much as you could, because some of the things you had to do to 100% the game involved online PS2. No one did online PS2
Not
by the
back
time
then,
I
not
owned a
that much,
PS2.
no.
We were
Yeah.
poor as fuck. Like by the time we got a PS2, no one was playing PS2 no more. They were playing PS3.
I think
Yeah.
Jess had a PS1, if I'm not mistaken. And I never had a PlayStation or anything like that growing up. So, but she had a PlayStation. So I went over to her place and we used to play like this Barbie rollerblading game all the time. I loved it because you just zoom around. It's like Tony Hawk for girls.
Yeah.
Right? So I was just like, this is the coolest thing ever, blah, 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 blah. Right? Again, like 7-year-old me. But then my cousin ended up giving me her Super Nintendo, right? And that came with like Lion King, Jungle Book, all that jazz. And we used to play it at the cottage. And again, being very young, I didn't know how to play these games. So I never got past the first level of Lion King, right? Thinking, oh, you're just a stupid kid. It's not that hard, right? Well, skip 15 years. We're playing like 7, like between, a good chunk of time.
Yeah,
We're
it
here.
was 2017.
We're here. And we're like, oh my gosh, let's plug in the Super Nintendo. I still have those games. Nobody can fucking get past the second level on this freaking game. Like, Lion King is seriously so hard. It's ridiculous.
All the games
It
are
is
hard.
a very, very difficult game, but I can definitely get past the second level. Me and my brother both can.
Oh,
You
really?
cheat, though?
We have not beat the game. Oh, no, cheats do not exist when
we-
you were a kid.
We did figure out, like,
That's true.
when we were here, that, like, if we press a certain, like, cheat code, we can choose what level. Excuse me. We can choose what level we want to go to in the game. So we picked like the third level because I was getting so mad. I'm like, I want to know what is past this. Like, how can I'm 24 years old. Like, how can I not get past this freaking point
What level
in a
were you
game?
stuck on?
The second one, we always would die jumping on the ostrich heads
Yeah.
and shit like that. And once you get on the ostrich, you have to
can't wait
jump
to be
over
king.
the warthogs. Like, you're running on an ostrich and then you're jumping over the warthogs, and then you
Yeah.
have to duck under a branch and then jump over the warthogs, and then literally it changes every single like pattern changes, and then you have to like double jump and not double jump, and then you're fucked, and it's just the second level.
Should we play some Lion King tonight after the podcast?
Dude, I still have it. Yeah.
I was gonna say, it makes me want to bring up the old fucking the Super Nintendo, because you still have the Super Nintendo, and I still have fucking Maximum Carnage, which is also a fucking impossible game to fucking beat. You get fucking to the second or third level, you gotta fight fucking Shriek and shit, and then that takes away half your health, and you can't get past this shit like that.
There's this game I used to play. I don't remember what it was called, but it was for the Super Nintendo,
Right?
or the SNES, as some people would call it.
SNES.
I fucking hate that. No, the Super Nintendo. I can use a couple extra syllables. Like, it's not that hard.
on,
I'm
man.
not saying SNES.
Well, I was
Other than making fun.
about to say Super NES, and I'm like, well, that's stupid.
Well, that's what people call it too.
That's not bad. That's not. That's
Or
fine.
SNES.
Because
Yeah,
Super
all it
NES
is-
is accurate.
Yeah, I was gonna say all it is Super Nintendo Entertainment System.
What was the game? Oh, it was this little driving game, and you were these little cars, and like it was
It was like
very
micro cars?
very pixelated. It wasn't very good at all, but the mechanics were cool.
Were they like micro little cars?
Yeah,
Rock and Roll.
and you got to build
Racing?
tracks. You got to build
Oh,
tracks.
I don't know about that one though.
You got to build racetracks, and they had saved them.
I don't know.
It was cool.
F-Zero maybe.
No, but yeah, fucking.
Guess I'm not high enough to get that one.
You know what other game I played a lot though? Diablo 2.
Well, that's a computer game. Yeah.
I played that for a long time. That's what got me into computer days.
I've only played the third one for PS3. And that was fun.
Yeah,
They're good games.
I enjoyed that.
I really like Diablo 2. Did you ever
yeah.
play that?
Has anyone ever played? Well, I haven't played the second one. No.
But you played another one, which is they're all pretty much the same
Pretty
game,
much,
just
right? But I know
slightly
I've
different.
seen people play the second one on like speed runs.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, because that shit's kind of fun to watch.
Oh,
people do
you
that
watch
shit.
speedruns and shit?
On some things, yeah.
I watch speedruns too.
Like, if it's not a game I'm going to play, can't play because it's not on a system I have or will ever get, I watch someone else do it, and I don't want to sit there for fucking 16 hours, so I watch
So you watch them do it the fastest way possible.
Like, I did watch this one guy play Fallout 1 and 2, the original Fallouts, through each, like, episode, which was, like,
Yeah.
20 minutes long. But it was interesting because I get to learn about the game and the backstory. Because I've only ever played 3 and 4, which are great games. But I only know the back lore so much from those games, right? So it's interesting to find out that certain shit happened back then, right? That kind of simulates what happens in these games.
Did you play Fallout New Vegas?
No, but I heard about it so goddamn much about it. Somebody else telling me about it.
I think I played it
I
briefly.
fucking bought it.
It is an
For
interesting.
PS3.
It is an interesting game. So it's not good. It's not made by the same creators that made Fallout 3. It's made by a I'm not gonna mention it because I'll get it wrong. But it is made by a different company. So the people that made Fallout 3 are not the same people that made Fallout New Vegas or Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah.
But the people that made Fallout 4 are the same people that made Fallout 3, somewhat. A lot of the same kind of people.
I only played it briefly because my friend brought it over to me because I was like, I moved back to my hometown for like 3 months and it didn't really work out that well. I was having a hard time finding a job, so entry to Skyrim was my first time playing Skyrim. I borrowed it off of my roommate and I spent 3 months in pretty bad depression just
Skyrim.
binging Skyrim. Just Skyrim, and more Skyrim. And then he came over and he's just like, I brought you some games and some CDs here. And I'm like, okay. And like, I tried to get into New Vegas. I think it was New Vegas. I'm not 100% sure.
Maybe Fallout 3.
It might have been, but
The original.
it was one that he wasn't playing currently.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so I started trying to play that, and I was kind of a pussy, and I was afraid. Like, it scared me. I was like, this is a little freaky. Speaking of games that scared the shit out of me.
Sorry. Speaking of games that scare the shit out of me, because I was about to say that. And I'm sorry to cut you off.
That's fine.
But Dino Crisis. Y'all remember Dino Crisis? That was the
my
shit.
God.
That T-Rex scene that just he burst through the wall and just scared the shit out of you. Like, you've been in that room like 6 other times for just menial tasks. Like, put a thing in a drawer. Now take the thing out of the drawer. Oh, look. Now go back in the room.
That's I never played Dino Crisis. I know of it, but I played its predecessor, Resident Evil. Yeah. And those games were fucking terrifying because like the ambience of just or ambiance.
Resident Evil's just Dino Crisis done better without dinosaurs.
Basically, it's without dinosaurs.
It's the same game with dinosaurs.
Yeah,
Like,
it's tank controls.
Dino Crisis is just Resident Evil with dinosaurs.
Now mine kind of seems lame because, like, obviously I'm kind of a wuss. I let's be honest, I'm kind of afraid of a lot of things. And one of the games that freaked me out was when I got a GameCube. Somehow I got Dark Alliance.
Okay.
And I don't know how I ended up possessing this game. I read the back and I was like, okay, cool, RPG. I'm an RPG person. And I put it on, and for some reason, the first little bit's fine because you're just kind of making your character and shit. So I used to play video games in the dark, right? So I'm sitting in my room and I'm in the dark, and the first task you have to do in that game is go down to the cellar and clear out all the rats. Okay? It's dark. It's it's dungeony. There's rats that you can only it's kind of like a top-down third-person view, so it's a little bit weird. But you can see how massive these rats would be. Mm-hmm. And you're playing it, and they jump out at you from the most random places, right? So you're sitting there, and all of a sudden it's just like, screech! And it's just like rat jumping at you. And you're like, oh my god, what the fuck?
Well, yeah. You think we'll make fun of you for that? Do you know what game kind of gave me, like, some, not real, like, jump scares, but gave me kind of intense, like I'm kind of a little spooked playing this, like, sometimes. Yeah. Luigi's Mansion.
I never got to play that.
Really? Exactly, yeah. Because there's some rooms that all you hear is that ticking clock, and that's unnerving when all you hear is a tick, 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 tick.
Okay, yeah, so it's just an ambiance.
Right? It's just the ambience of it, right? And you play in the dark, like you were saying, right? And all of a sudden you just, like, turn around and there's, like, a little ghost thing, and you're like, motherfucker, come here.
Two of the systems that I remember getting the most, like, my best memories of getting, are my N64 and my GameCube, because my N64 I got for Christmas one year.
Right.
And I had, like, dope games for that, right? Funny story about the N64 was one day my mom took me and my mom's best friend's son to go get a new game for the system, right? They were visiting because they lived out in Barrie.
Right.
And they were coming down for a week, and we were hanging out, and we picked out this game. My mom didn't know what ratings were on a video game. Okay? I didn't know what ratings were on a video game.
Yeah.
She picked out Kronk's Bad Fur Day.
Oh, fuck.
Or I did. Me and Braden.
Oh, yeah, it's a fluffy squirrel
Yeah.
in the box.
Me
Why not?
and Braden picked out Kronk's Bad Fur Day, and we're like, "This is fun." So my mom,
What's
not
that?
even thinking, "Oh, I'm getting there, buddy." Not even thinking. It's like, "Cool, okay, fine." So we put it in. We put it in the system, and we're playing it, and all of a sudden, you just get this foul-mouthed little squirrel on the fucking screen. It might explain a lot, actually. But yeah, and he's just cursing away, and just you have like at first it's so whimsical because you're just like this little character that's just jumping around and collecting things and stuff like that. Awesome. And then every person you talk to in the game is just cursing at you repeatedly. And we were pretty young, right? So I kind of like both of us just kind of went, "Is this right?" And we just kind of looked at each other and we're like, "I don't think so." And then we just kind of like shrugged it off. And then my mom comes downstairs.
She's like, what the hell is
But she
this?
goes, "What are you playing?" I was like, "You bought it."
The game you
We
gave
went back.
us.
We went back and exchanged it for the game that I had originally gone there looking for because they didn't have it at the time. Was the snowboard one, the 180 snowboard game?
Yeah.
Again, because my cousin had it, and I had this weird thing about copying her.
Snowboarding game for the PS1. What was it called?
Cool Borders?
Was it just called Snowboarders?
Cool Borders.
Cool Borders.
I think
Yes.
it was Cool Borders.
Oh, such a rad game.
Oh, shredded,
I forgot about that game. I spent so many hours on that game, just like nailing like perfect runs and just. And I just
Right.
wanted to be a snowboarder so bad, and I was just like, I had like outfits designed like for being a snowboarder, and they're just like basically just like flame like button-up shirts. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
90s.
yeah.
you
That's
know,
what I
those
was like
cool
with
shirts.
the 180 Snape.
Yeah, just
the
like snowboard.
snowboard, yeah.
With a hat and a beanie.
I always used to love going like as fast as I could and like doing like really cool like cool flips and stuff like that.
Right.
I always remember going over to like if I went over to my cousins, I would be like, "Can I play your N64?" Right? And she had that game, so I'm like, "I want this game." And I finally got it. I was so happy. The other game that I had was Donkey Kong. Could not beat it to save my. I could not. I got to a certain point and I got stuck. My cousin spent the entire night one night at our cottage, like way past her bedtime, way before she was like not supposed to be up. She spent the entire night getting me like to a certain point in the game. Okay, because she's 4 years older.
Yeah.
And somehow the next day I accidentally erased the file. I thought she was going to murder me. She's
would've.
4 years older than me, right? And me being the dumbass little cousin fucked up all of her hard work, right? So, oh my God, I've never seen her so angry at me. She was so mad. And it was my game too, right? But like I had brought it because we were staying at the cottage, right? So she was probably trying to beat it before we went home. And she got really far, and I fucked it up, and I
She
felt
didn't beat it, did she?
No, she
She didn't continue playing it.
No.
She just like, I'm
No.
not doing that again.
no.
That's
She was
just
like,
something.
"You're on your own."
Well, you want to hear the funny story about my 64? Well, it wasn't really my 64, it was my brother's 64. But one night, me and my friend Travis were over, and we were sitting there playing it and stuff, and having a good time. We were having snacks and all that stuff, trying to stay as late as we could. We ended up passing out. It was a summer night, so we left the door a little open, for air. But I guess someone in the complex or someone at the time decided they'd come in and help themselves to our 64. So we woke up, the 64 was gone, the games were gone, everything was gone, door was open. We're like, what the fuck is going on? We asked my brother what happened. He's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he's like, where is it? He's like, I don't fucking know. It was right there when last night we went to bed and shit. And so yeah, our only thing we can think about is someone came in and just stole it.
That's not funny.
What? Yeah, sure it is.
Because he's
That's a little
the
sad.
door open.
Yeah, it's my
I mean, it's your own damn
probably.
fault. Yeah, I
You
guess.
learned a lesson that day.
We're in Canada, but I guess it's not that safe in Canada.
No.
Are you kidding?
People are.
I remember my dad bought the Atari at a yard sale, and we brought it home with a bunch of games and stuff. And I think one of my favorite games in that was this like deep sea diver thing, where you had like go underwater and avoid the sharks and everything, find the treasure and all this. There was another one that was like a battle tank one, where it's like little square things that look like little tanks. You gotta find each other and shoot. It was fun shit.
I had another one
Anybody-
too. Whoops, sorry, go.
Anybody ever play that weird game, Echo, the dolphin?
No. You mean what did you say the one time?
It's called Echo.
I know, but you called it something else the other day. I think we brought this up.
You made fun of me the way that I said it.
Yeah.
didn't
You
say
were
it
like,
wrong.
Eka,
You-
Eka the dolphin.
That's what you said Eka.
Is it Echo?
Yeah, Echo the Dolphin.
Echo
Yeah,
the
yeah.
dolphin.
I love that game for Sega Genesis.
It was an interesting game, but it was really hard to kind of understand as a kid because like you're trying to reunite yourself with your pod. You're kind of like a lost dolphin. And you got to survive by eating fish and like really small fish. And I don't know, jumping through hoops and kind of stuff, but like it's hard to explain.
That's another game
Not really hoops, but
that, I never got past the third or second stage, and also scared me as a kid.
no, like same. I never got past the first or second stage. Like it was like, man, what am I supposed to do? I would like sit there like a traumatized dolphin in like
Captivity?
a marine captivity, running my head into the wall over and over again because I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Does this wall do anything if I run into
Well,
it?
in the second level, you're in these caves, and you have to find pockets of air periodically because you're a dolphin. Dolphins breathe oxygen, so apparently they gotta go up to the surface every now and then. So you gotta swim around this cave trying to find things, and one of my fears is also suffocating. So that's always fun to think about as you're trying to swim through this fucking thing. Is you're suffocating and
Drowning, yeah.
in tight closed spaces, drowning. But once you get past all that, you find the special key thing, whatever. You gotta hit these fucking crystal things. Because it boosts your echo voice thing. Anyways, once you get past that, you go in this one part of the caves, and there's a fucking giant octopus. And you're not expecting that. You come in, and it's just like, if you swim too fast towards it, it fucking slaps you with its fucking tentacles. So you're not expecting that either. When you're fucking coming, you're like, I'm just gonna go down here, and it's like, nope. Yeah, I'm like, oh, what the fuck? What do I do? So basically, you have to like edge a little, just a little edge. Edge it in there, just slowly get past the tentacles, and then you get through it.
That doesn't sound like a dolphin game.
Sounds like some Rule 34 shit.
Long story short, you made it farther than I did ever did in that game because I ain't never seen no octopus. All I seen were the tiny little fish I was eating. Level 1, hopping back and forth between page 1 and page 2.
No, I understand. I was that way for a long time too, but then I figured out the crystal thing, and then I figured you could use the crystal things to move the worm blocks.
Fun fact, I never ever beat a video game except for Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets for Game Boy Advance. I beat that at the cottage because I was bored out of my mind and I had nothing else to do, and I was sitting there and I played it for hours. And then my second game, after that point, so skipped like 6 or 7 years.
Right.
More than that, maybe 10. The next game I beat after that was Call of Duty Black Ops 1.
What? When did you beat
Chamber of Secrets?
No, BioShock.
Oh, BioShock was after that.
Oh, okay.
Call of Duty was like my entry into shooting games. That's the game that taught me how to shoot. I played the campaign on
Made you better
easy,
for BioShock, great.
and I just taught myself how to play. And then I would play zombies with my buddy, and he would teach me how to play through Mike. And then moved on to BioShock and got just good at playing campaign games by myself.
Right.
BioShock was a pretty distinct game.
Oh yeah,
Like,
'cause
for
we just said that I beat BioShock.
a whole generation. Like, that was part horror, part... I don't know how to describe, like, that was intense.
BioShock was a sick game. I loved it. It was really well done. All the imagery was really awesome.
Yes. Speaking of imagery, like, they also had like this whole fucking alternate reality game, like where they just made this whole storyline of like real people that are happening and like things that are happening, and you're just it's happening in real time. You're a part of it. About BioShock.
Really?
Yeah, like I honestly don't remember much about it. I've smoked a bunch of weed on this podcast already. I'm about to smoke a little bit more. Like, and I've smoked a bunch of weed all day.
I would have to say.
But
Well, then on that note, Chris, why don't you explain what you're smoking?
Oh, explain the strain. Might be a good time for that, maybe. Were we gonna say something though? You sure? Oh. If you gotta say something, it's okay.
Oh my god, just do the thing.
explain your strain, my man.
Well, today I'm about to bust up this delicious new strain I picked up called Ghost Train Haze Up 20. Not sure what the whole Up 20 part means, but the THC total is a 22.3. Oh fuck, man.
Stoned redo starting.
Yeah, it's saying some other numbers here, but right here it just says THC 3.1 milligrams. So I'm guessing, Ryan, connoisseur, sir.
It says THC total 223.8 milligrams. Now, I'm not sure if I did describe that as I did on the podcast before, but I do see on the bottom where it proves that I'm right as I was before. So it says THC total 223.8 milligrams. That's out of 1,000. Okay. So if you want to get the percentage, you kind of just have to divide by, at that point, 10 or 100? 10, I think 100. Divide by 100. So it's 22.38%.
Right.
And it says there, right there under my thumb.
Sure.
Okay, I see it now. Okay. Well, there you go. That's what I'm smoking.
I'll smoke weed about that.
It always confused me.
I don't know what I'm smoking.
I actually just donated to you some Ultra Sour.
Ultra Sour.
Yeah, by Namaste.
Namaste.
Where's my donation? You said donation. I see no
Spinny
gift
wanted
box.
some sativa because he didn't want to pass out during the podcast.
I'm a tired boy.
And that's all I ever smoke is sativa, so.
Yeah.
Shout out to Spinny for doing yard work today. Bless his little heart.
They're doing
Oh,
yard
that's
work.
pretty
and
awesome. Looks good.
Recording.
Yeah.
He's putting a full 8 hours today.
Yeah.
He helped us put a patio in our backyard, and I love him for it. So
Quick question though. What's up with the bird feeder in the or bird bath in the middle?
I don't know. I just felt like it needed something
It's
for
artsy.
temporarily.
Yeah.
Like it's being artsy
the
fartsy.
table is going to go in the middle of the
and
patio.
it's not permanent installation. The table's going to replace it.
He
But for
called it
now,
a sundial. It's a bird bath. It was cute. I was
it's
just like,
also a sundial.
It is.
Is it?
Yeah. It is also a sundial. You can tell because it has numbers around the side.
Yeah.
And there's a giant pointy thing. That,
But
Well-
it's also a bird bath.
okay, so now I feel stupid. Bite me.
It's both. We were both right.
yes.
Okay,
you're
but
both
it's
right.
only a sundial if you positioned it correctly.
Yeah, you're right. Which in a backyard full of cedar trees isn't correctly.
No.
But so yeah, I guess it's a bird bath. I'm wrong. In the shade, it's a bird bath.
Hey, it's a fancy looking bird
It's
bath.
a lovely bird bath.
I like that bird bath.
That's a nice bird bath.
That was what a mixture of Donkey and Shrek.
So it wouldn't be a gaming podcast without me mentioning my all-time favorite game of all time. Of all time. Of all time.
Damn.
Harvest Moon.
Harvest Moon, bitches. Do you think they know me? They know me. I love my little moo cows, and I love my pig. Oh, you don't get pigs, but you. I was gonna say piggies. Well, that would be so cool if you could get pigs. If there is a Harvest Moon where you could get pigs, I would totally love that because I love pigs.
Probably the new one.
What kind of game allows cows
Wasn't there a
but
PS4
no
one?
pigs?
If there's a fucking PS4 one, we're getting it.
I'm pretty sure Jess told you about it.
Oh my god, she did. I was totally supposed to get it, and I didn't. We were going to go pick it up the one day, too, and we never did.
I was gonna do that, but then I did not do that.
And then I got high. No, but Harvest Moon was my first, not my first game on Game Boy Advance. My first Game Boy Advance game. Wow, that was a lot of words.
Well, you said them.
Anyway, was Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. I got those.
Yo!
Yeah, those were my first ones. But then my friend got Harvest Moon for Christmas, and
Right.
I was watching her play it, and I just was like, "This is so awesome! I want it." So I hunted it down, and I got it. And literally, me and my 3 friends in grade. I switched schools a lot, so from 4 to 6, I was at one school, and I had a little group of friends, and we all would just sit at recess and binge. Like, there was just me and 2 other girls, and we would just freaking be playing Harvest Moon all recess. Just like, this is the
Mashing
greatest thing
buttons
ever.
So hard for those moo cows.
My moo cows. No, you want to know why? One night, I actually stayed up all night because I was determined to get to a certain point in the game where you, basically, you can get married and have baby. Right? So, I'm just like, okay, my wife's pregnant. How long does it take for her to give birth? So I spammed the game, and I just kept going to bed. In the game, and I'm like, I want to know how long this bitch takes to pop. I was just all night. I think it takes 4 weeks in the game, and that's a lot of fucking days. So you're just fucking okay, I'll go do my daily chores, go right to bed, do my daily chores, go right to bed, do my daily chores, go right to bed, gotta feed my animals, right to bed.
Yeah.
And then that same period of time, the next day, my game reset on me.
Shitty.
Harvest Moon speedruns.
I was upset. I cried. 10-year-old me was devastated.
You know what that means? That child was the Antichrist and ended your world.
Rosemary's Baby. No, what's worse is that I married Potpourri, so it was Potpourri's baby. That was her name in the game. Because you have Karen. Yeah, there's a Karen. Karen,
pleasant.
Potpourri, Mary, and yeah, I don't know why her name's Potpourri.
Maybe it's a Chinese misrepresentation.
Maybe, I don't know.
It's probably
It was supposed to be maybe it was supposed to be flower or
Japanese
something.
game or something.
Yeah, it's originally Japanese, translated to English, right?
Yeah,
so
so-
it could have been it should have been flower or something, a different kind of flower, and they just picked potpourri, which is a mixture of flowers.
Rose, maybe.
Oh, it could have been rose, yeah. If anybody knows for sure, leave a comment because I'm kind of curious, and I like to know.
I love fighting games.
Mm-hmm.
So I really wish they'd bring back one of my favorite fighting games of all time. Actually, there's 2 games I wish they'd bring back. One's kind of more of a joke, but I wish they would bring it back. Clay Fighter. Oh, that game was fucking awesome. Mr. Frosty, the fucking snowman, that was fucking real mean looking. And there was Giggles, the clown. and Taffy. He was just basically Taffy.
Interesting. I haven't heard of that game.
No, you never heard of Clay Fighter?
Nope.
Oh, that's awesome. The other one is Def Jam New York, Fight for New York.
Oh,
That game
I
was
remember that
fucking
one.
awesome. You could make your own character and fight rappers and shit like that. It's crazy. There's fucking Sean Paul's in it and fucking
Shonabal.
yeah, Elephant Man, fucking Danny Trejo's in it.
Really?
Yeah, you can fight Danny Trejo. and
Love
shit.
Danny Trejo.
He's awesome. Snoop Dogg's in it. He plays the bad guy. He plays the main fucking head fucking guy you gotta fight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Rap made a video game.
Basically, yeah, it's Def Jam, yeah.
Yo, you guys were talking about like old PC games. You know, like on Windows 3.1 and shit. You were talking about that.
That's how I
So
brought
I've
it
been watching videos about that and their sound cards they used, and I want to make an album from like old computer MIDI.
So
I
it
want to make the
sounds-
hardware do it. Like
Yeah.
you basically feed it instructions, and then a sound card in there makes these sounds. Like it tries its best with resistors and shit, and shoots out electricity in a certain way to make sounds come out your speakers.
Are you talking about one of those floppy drive fucking songs? Where this guy hooks up 45 fucking floppy drives and then plays Star Wars?
That's
Dun, dun, dun.
Do you know how long it's been since I've heard the word? The word.
Space Worms.
Okay, all right.
Okay,
Floppy drive?
the word flop. The word floppy drive. And I know it's been so long. I can't.
Breathe. Just breathe.
It's fine.
She's okay. She's gonna make it. She'll pull through.
That was a moment. We're fine.
Is there any games you guys want to bring back that they should remake, or
Actually, I have a better question.
what's your question?
Is there any games you wish you got into but never did? You games you knew about, and it's like, oh, that's so cool, but you just never got in. You never got into it.
Well, it's funny. I think I said this before to Ryan actually about how
Like you didn't have the console or whatnot.
I was gonna say like Final Fantasy games. I never got into those games, and like even though everyone's like, oh, they're great games.
Well, I'm
and
not
stuff,
talking
I
about
was-
games other people think are good that you don't. I'm talking
Okay.
about games that you thought were really good. You really wanted to
okay.
play them, never got to play them. Like your I wish I coulda games. You know what I mean? Like, you know what mine is?
What?
Spore. I never got to play Spore or No Man's Sky. Both of them probably sounded better than they actually are in real life, but they probably are still really cool games that I kind of wanted to try. And I just
heard-
never got to try them.
I heard No Man's Sky is like really shitty on launch, but now they've updated it and really fixed all the bugs and everything in it, so
And they
it's
did good.
much better now. So I've actually kind of thought about trying it myself because it looks interesting.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a really cool concept.
Yeah, exactly. Right, you can travel to different planets and stuff, and as long as you have gas and you're a fucking space vehicle.
Yeah. Yeah, imagine that. Different planets. That's how big this game is.
Yeah.
Different planets. And it kind of from what I heard, it kind of generates different creatures. So, like, when you go to different planets, there's different things on there specifically for that planet.
Yeah.
I don't know if this counts, but I always really liked the game Pikmin, and
True.
my friend, I never had it, but my friend who moved in with me in high school, because I had a lot of friends living with me on and off throughout high school. My one friend brought over, they had a Wii, and they had Pikmin. They had, because we could play GameCube games, right? So they had Pikmin, and I remember playing it for like a bit, but I didn't really get a chance to like really get into it, and I really would have loved to because it was fun, and I would have liked to figure out, excuse me, the mechanics of the game a little bit better, because I always found that one really interesting. And then another one that I always wanted, and I had the system for it, because I had a GameCube too. It was just never one of those games that I got, but I had an N64, like I mentioned before. That rhymed. And I always I thought I had enough games, right? But like looking back and knowing what I know now, I really do wish that I could have had a chance to play the Harvest Moon N64 version, because that was one of the original versions of it. And I feel like that would have been really fun to kind of get like the original kind of feel
Right.
for it, or like even one of the original PS1 games.
Well, I have that on the PSP.
Was that the one that I was playing?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I did get a chance to play that, but like mainly the N64 one is the main one.
I think they're the same.
Are they?
Yeah, I think
They're just remastered.
basically. Well, PS4 or PS1 and N64 are basically like par on par,
Right.
except for PS1 was a little cleaner on its polys and shit like that. I think that's what they say. Don't quote me on that shit. I'm not a fucking
Well, I played
tech nerd.
Harvest Moon Friends of Mineral Town for the Game Boy Advance, right, which was the original Game Boy Advance version. And then for the GameCube, I had Another Wonderful Life, where you got to play as a girl, which
Right.
I thought was fun because like you'd been spending the whole time as a boy, right? So I never played the original GameCube version either. I only played the alternate version.
Right.
But I don't know. Sorry, I went back to Harvest Moon, but I love that game.
Well, I was gonna say like the first game I ever beat, and like the series of games that I got into was another game that was 2 disc for the PS1, Metal Gear Solid.
True.
Me and my brother sat there and played that game for like hours on end, all one whole night. Just me and him beat it together.
That's one of those games
Yeah.
for me that that looked awesome, and you got to like hide in the box. And people
Is that the one that's like,
spy.
revive me?
No, that's Gears of War.
What'd you say?
Metal Gear Solid.
Oh my God, they're too.
Yeah, it's
too
like
similar.
Snake.
Yeah.
Too
Snake.
similar.
Sounds similar. One's got Solid
Close.
Snake.
Yeah, Solid Snake and Liquid Snake. Ocelot. Oh man, I love that game. I have it for the PSP as well. I love that game so much. I play it all the time.
So one is kind of like about fighting a horde of like futuristic zombies,
Okay.
and the other one is a little bit more complicated. It's kind of like about fighting the government, I guess, but like it's a futuristic government instead of it being.
You're fighting terrorists that are trying
Bad
to
guys.
overthrow the government.
Yeah.
And the other one is for Xbox 360, which I would say it's one of the things I got into, but I have played them. The Gears of War game.
Does anybody play Oddworld?
Oh,
Abe's Odyssey?
That'd be one because I only got to play the demo for it because I had one of those jam pack discs. You guys remember jam pack discs?
Yeah,
With
yeah.
fucking demo games for the
Yeah.
PlayStation 1.
Yeah, I never got to play that game either.
That
But-
or Blasto. Or Tumba.
I remember this Buzz Light. I remember this Buzz Lightyear game that was on. It was actually so much fun. You only have to play the first level, but it was so much fun.
Was it Toy Story 2?
I don't remember.
Because I have that on the
It was
PSP.
it was on the, but it was on one of those like PlayStation games that had a bunch of demos on it.
Yeah. I was going to say jam pack discs.
Yeah.
But yeah, it had Abe's Oddworld on there, like you said. I remember playing the first like level of it. Once you rescue all the fucking whatever those little critters are called, your people and stuff, from being made into meat. Once you save them, it like cuts to like play Abe's Oddworld, the full game coming out in June or whatever.
Right. They were called Mudicons.
Mudicons.
Back to games you wish you'd gotten into. My mom's best friend again.
Yeah.
So her son, like we basically grew up together, like visiting each other on and off, right? So
Right.
we'd play video games and stuff like that. And one of the games that he had when we were younger was Spyro.
Oh, I loved Spyro. Spyro was the shit.
I never owned it until I was older, but still it was like always like kind of
It would have been better if you got into it back then.
yeah.
Right,
Like
right.
I would have loved to have had it back then. You know, it just would have been really freaking cool. So Spyro is definitely a big one.
I just got a big flashback of all this, some of the sound effects from the Spyro game. I'm these guys know this, but I'm the kind of guy when I play a game, I 100% it. Like I beat the game, like I get all of them. Like I play the game.
There's
all
no
of the game.
half-assing.
So for the most part,
Get
there's
your
some
money's
game-
worth, basically.
Oh, I've spent. I want to. Some of my like the biggest things games I've beaten, like beaten is like Pokemon Emerald, and like basically 3rd gen.
Right.
We're all playing 3rd gen right now. Pokemon.
Yeah.
You guys are Fire Red and Leaf Green.
Yeah.
And I'm playing Emerald right now. But yeah, I got them all.
Yeah, true.
Oh, I got them all.
Yeah.
From like but each for say if a Pokemon had 3 evolutions, I had Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, and Venusaur.
Yeah.
I had all 3. I didn't just like have them in my Pokedex. I had the Pokemon in each evolution. It was rough.
All level 30 and 40s.
Yeah, no.
No.
So, I had a game that's actually apparently like really rare now that I have it still, but apparently it's really rare now. And when people find out that I have it, they're like, "No, you don't." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, I do." Wind Waker for GameCube, Zelda.
True.
Everybody's all like, "Oh my gosh, you have that!" Like,
It's not like yeah. I guess it is. It's rare.
just-
It's rare to find. It's hard to find.
It's because when you find it, it's normally like $60 still. And that's rare for a game that's how old?
well, I got it for Easter one year, because my mom got me a GameCube like a couple months before that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I got it for Easter along with like a couple of other games. I think I got Zelda, Zelda. Oh, Harry Potter, and like I think I got Crash Bandicoot that year.
Well, that reminds me of finally to answer the question, the series of games I wish I got into but never could because I didn't own the system of it. Zelda.
Yeah.
Like I own the system of it, but I never got into the series. I wish I did.
Same.
'Cause,
It
looks so great.
At formative ages, I never got into it, but
Yeah.
like later on in life, fucking my ex-girlfriend played a lot of Zelda, so I just watched her just 100% the game.
Yeah.
See,
And
I was never good
didn't
at
play,
it.
though. Yeah, so I didn't even play. I just watched her play.
Right.
But I've never played much Zelda.
Yeah,
Like when I say I have never beaten that game, I haven't. And
I
everybody's
think I
all
played
like, "Oh my
Hyrule
god!"
Soldiers. I think it is.
Well, Ryan, you're like the only one here that's played them.
Zelda.
Are we missing out?
Zelda's a good game. I've played a lot of Zelda.
So we're missing out, is what you're saying.
I think you're missing out. None of you have played any Zelda games. You didn't play the Zelda game for NES.
No, but I've
no.
watched
You didn't
it.
play the
I've
Zelda
watched-
game for
I've watched
SNES?
people beat
No.
the game.
No,
You didn't play the Zelda game for N64.
no. I wish. I hear about how great Ocarina of Time and
I watched my ex play
Majora's
it
Mask.
too. So
Or the Zelda game for GameCube.
I have it, but I barely played it because I didn't know how to play it. Like I couldn't get good.
I watched Strange play it a lot.
Yeah, Strange loves Zelda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've now
Back
got
in
the
the
Zelda
Spinny Fun
game.
Time days.
That's a conversation.
Yeah, dark
For future days.
Yeah, no kidding.
I've now got the Zelda game for Switch. Breath
Apparently
of the
that's
Wild.
amazing.
I want to
It
get
is
the
amazing.
Switch because of that. I want to play that Zelda game. And there's also, what's it called for it? Luigi's Mansion 3. Yeah, I might be a little terrified by the first one, but I want to play the third one.
Yeah.
I missed out on the second one. 'cause
You're
I
in your
didn't have the
30s.
system.
You're fine. I kind of want to get a Switch too, like for both. Like I want us to get a Switch because I kind of want to try Animal
I
Crossing.
was going to say Animal Crossing.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it just seems like the natural next step from Harvest Moon. I love Harvest Moon very much, and then I can play with Jess.
She still plays it, right?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Well, I'm sure if you got back on it, she'd probably jump on to hang out with you and whatnot. You're
Basically,
there.
yeah. We're 2 hours apart, so anytime we can spend together, even if
Yeah.
it's virtually.
Yeah, that'd be great. Well, I was thinking also too, because I come home from work and you're watching Grays or whatever you want to watch on Netflix or whatever, and I'd be like, well, I want to play my game, so I can just sit up, put out the Switch, and play on that little screen, right? And once you're done watching whatever, I can set it back up to the TV and play on the big screen.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop. So, literally, it's not a separate unit or a separate console.
So he
if
can
Chris
just-
takes his game and literally sets it down like that, the TV goes on and the game just keeps going. It's not like a loading screen. It's just there.
That's pretty fucking cool.
Right?
Yeah, that's magic.
That's what I mean. That's what makes me want one.
I kind of want one, yeah.
Exactly.
The same kind of way it works in reverse. So if he's playing on the TV and you want to use the TV, he just takes the controllers that he's using, walks up, clicks them into the game, picks it up, and walks away. And it just you walk and go. It's not loading. It's just click, done. You
For
go.
those who can't see my face, I'm in shock.
Pick your job off the floor. Come on.
Let's. Anyone got a shovel? Scoop.
Oh yes, I love fucking these games so much.
Yeah.
Fucking. So Zelda's definitely a game series I would love to get into. You tell me how great it is. Strange told me how great it is. And everyone's always why haven't you played Zelda? Why, you ever played Ocarina of Time? You ever played Majora's Mask? Like, well, no, never got around to those games. They weren't my style back then.
I mean, let's be honest, I'm a very casual gamer, so when I do game, it's something that is kind of mindless. I don't have to put a lot of thought into. I was really, like I said, I loved Skyrim, but at a certain point, I just it was too much effort, and I wanted to be able to multitask or just do something quick before bed versus being glued to the TV for hours on end, because as an artist, I want to go sit at my art desk and do art and stuff like that. And like, if I get into a game, I get into it.
Yeah.
So,
Minecraft.
Yeah. Minecraft.
We got into Minecraft pretty hard.
Like first part of lockdown, Spinny and I just went hard on Minecraft.
Minecraft has got me through all these lockdowns.
Exactly.
Like, I stopped playing a little bit before the end of 2020. And I haven't really played since.
We still have an account.
I got busy. Yeah, we still have a server and everything.
Yeah, but
I got really into
4 months straight, pretty much. We were just every single day on Minecraft. Even when I went back to work, we were on Minecraft.
And of course, the way I play games is I 100% the game. So of course, I had everything.
Yeah, he made it real easy to join the server.
Yeah, I just literally have everything.
That was a fun time, though, and I do want to get back into Minecraft, but it's a time suck for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And if I'm not... If I want to do any art, I can't be in a time suck.
Oh, especially not Minecraft. Fuck. Oh, you got me placked to playing it too on the PS4.
Right?
Yeah.
I love it. I do.
Bedrock.
It's...
Java. Only Java.
Honestly,
come on now.
ever since he got me playing Java, I have to agree, Java is the superior to Bedrock.
Bedrock's got like a couple things. Like, you can count them on one hand. And Java just has
all the things
that
it was definitely a step backwards going back to the console.
The problem with console and Bedrock is it all has to be the same game that can run on a phone.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the same game.
Yeah, well, it's a fun game. It should be all inclusive.
It is very fun. It is a fun game, and it's still, they did a very good job at keeping the essence of the game with it while being able to play it literally on a fucking phone.
But if you're going to go as hardcore as what Spinny does, he likes to have a little bit more control over things, and Java definitely gives you a bit more to work with than what Bedrock does.
Yeah, it's a little more tested and tried and true.
Well, so I'm saying though, that game probably got a lot of people through the pandemic. Same thing as what do you call it? Harvest Moon. That came out exact timing as it all went down.
True.
People fucking dove into that game.
And
But
Animal Crossing was a big
I
one too.
heard a horrible thing about that though.
What?
Is that some people are playing it now, they're going back into it now, and they're getting the feeling of how it felt when they jumped into when the pandemic started.
Oh, so it's making them depressed.
So they're kind of like, I don't
What
want to
game-
play this
what-
right now.
what game?
The new
Harvest Moon, the new Harvest Moon.
Because it came out just before the pandemic hit.
And people dove into that fucking game, right?
Oh, I remember, and now it's coming back, and they're just like,
Everyone's
this
kinda
is
like-
mass wave depressions because of Harvest Moon.
Yeah.
Hey now. This is what dreams are made. Sorry. Anyway,
I do have one thing that I wanted to talk about, actually, that's not game related, sort of, not really, but I just read it on the news today.
What?
And I think you would enjoy it. They're talking about having a new X-Men movie, right? New X-Men. So they need a new Wolverine.
okay.
The fans are clamoring. They're fucking clamoring.
To you?
No, not to me, but to, the studios.
Continue.
The pretty boy Harry Potter, Daniel Radcliffe,
Really?
to be Wolverine.
Really? You know what?
And I don't hate it. I
You know
don't
what?
hate it.
He is a fabulous actor. I've seen him in some crazy ass indie roles that he just nails every single time.
Yeah,
and
I've heard
he's
his
kind of
voice is
jacked.
good, and he's gonna say he's jacked. He's about the same height. Well, he's about the right height. He's not too tall. He's kind of short kind of guy, right? I don't know.
Like-
Yeah, because Wolverine's
He's
like
fit.
famously short.
Yeah, he's like 5'8".
Yeah, and Harry Potter's not that. Daniel Radcliffe, he's not that tall.
Exactly.
Right? Oh, yeah.
Right? So it'd be
I
like-
don't hate that. I can see that. Man,
Exactly.
what was that
Did
movie
you
that
watch?
he was in?
Did you
that was
watch
fucked?
Guns Akimbo?
What?
Not
Did you
yet.
watch Guns Akimbo?
No.
I want to though.
That's the weird one where his hands are like fucking
Fused
strapped
into
to guns.
Yeah, fused to the guns with like bolts.
Oh, the one I was thinking of was Horns.
Oh, that's a good one.
That was fucked up.
Well, let's smoke weed about it.
Yeah,
That sounds like a good thing to me.
no kidding.
Well, we love playing great video games. With great video games, there's always